us carry on with our surface area that we were busy with on Monday night. So Monday night, we looked at cubes, okay? And we saw that actually when we did the cube, we didn't need to worry so much about doing the net of a cube. So we didn't have to worry about drawing out the net of the cube and then looking at all the different shapes. And as long as we use the formula for a cube, we were all good, all right? But tonight, we're going to look at a rectangular prism. And when we look at a rectangular prism might actually be slightly different. Okay, so I'm going to teach you a few different ways that you can look at this, but the first way we're going to look at it is actually drawing the net of a rectangular prism, everybody. So, the first question says to us, draw a diagram of the net of each of the following shapes. Write the measurements of the shape on your diagrams. So some of you were really good on Monday night. You went and took a screenshot of the drawing in 1.2, okay? And you went and did it yourself. So well done, guys. We're going to go and we're going to do it together tonight. So we're looking at 1.2 and we're going to go and have a look at it together. So we've got this rectangular prism next to us now, all right? And we're going to go and draw a net of this rectangular prism, guys. So, because Teacher Kirsty's memory is not always so great, I'm going to go and I'm going to take a picture of it quickly. All right. So let's go take a picture of it, and I'm going to take that picture across to my other page so that we can see it, everyone. Okay. For those of you who went and did it, well done, okay? Hopefully you had some time. All right, I'm really proud of everybody who went and did the extra effort to put in. Okay, so let's insert that picture here for you guys. All right. We're going to make that a little bit smaller. Okay, so that is our rectangular prism, and they're asking us to draw the net of that shape. So remember, when we saw it on Monday night, remember we needed a ruler and we needed a pencil. Okay, some of you asked me on Monday, ma'am, what about drawing in all the flaps to be able to stick the shape together? Guys, they're not asking us to draw a shape that we can then cut up and stick together. They're just asking us to draw the net. Okay, so it's very different to if we were drawing the shape that we were then going to cut up and stick back together, okay? If we were drawing a shape that we were going to stick back together, then we would draw the flaps on the shape. But in this case, we're going to draw just the net of this shape, all right? So if I was looking at this shape altogether, okay, I'm going to start by drawing my biggest rectangle that I can see on there first, all right? So what I like to start by saying to myself is I've got this rectangular prism, and in a rectangular prism, I always have a length, I've got a breadth, and I've got a height. I'm going to go say my length equals 7 centimeters. I'm going to say my breadth equals 5 centimeters. And I'm going to tell myself that my height equals 2 centimeters. So I've got 3 measurements there, guys. I've drawn those 3 measurements out for myself just to help myself out a little bit, okay? And so I can see everything a little bit better now, all right? I'm going to go draw my first rectangle, and my first rectangle that I can see is my biggest one, which goes in the middle. I'm going to cheat a little bit tonight, and I'm going to use my shape drawer, but you guys are going to use your ruler and your pencil, okay? I'm going to go and draw my first rectangle. You're going to use your ruler and your pencil to draw your rectangle. And this first rectangle has a breadth of 5 centimeters and a length of 7 centimeters. Okay, so there's my first rectangle that I'm putting there in the middle. All right. Now, even though this shape is not a cube, okay, it's not a cube, all right, it's a rectangular prism, all right, it still has some of the same properties as a cube. Okay, it still has some of the same properties as a cube. In other words, what am I saying to you? I'm saying to you that there's still going to be a total of 6 sides, guys. Okay, so there's still going to be a total of 6 sides. So that's side number 1 that we've gone and done. Okay, that's side number 1 that we've gone and we've done. All right. Next to this rectangle, okay, if we had to cut it all up, if we had a box and we were cutting this box all up, okay, so here is a rectangular shape, okay, all right, if you can see it on the thing there, there's my rectangular shape, so there's my biggest one I've done so far. The next one I've got is this little one on the side here, so that's the next one that I'm going to go and draw. So I've got my little one, and I'm going to go and put him in there. All right. So this little one that I'm drawing, okay, is 2 centimeters. How can I tell it's 2 centimeters? Because there is my 2 centimeter measurement that I had just now. And this length is going to be 7 centimeters. Okay, so I'm unwrapping my box, guys. I'm unwrapping my box. So far I had that side, the big side. Now I've just done the little side. Okay, so that's side number 2. All right. Our next one we've got, if we unwrapping our box, we're going to have another big side here. So I'm unwrapping my box. I see that I've got side number 3. Hey, Umar, before you tell me the sides aren't straight, I'm going to try and make them straight as I can, I promise. Right. Right. We know that that's already 7 centimeters. I'm not going to go draw it in again. Okay, so far, I've done side 1. I've done side 2. I've done side 3. And now I need to do side 4. Okay, so side 4. Right. I'm bringing side 4 in here. Try and line it up as best as possible. There we go. This is my side 4, guys. Right. Hopefully you're all drawing with me. You've got those rulers out. Your drawings all look beautiful. Okay, while you're all busy, just going to give you a few minutes to catch up while I'm busy making mine look even better. All right. So let's go see what we've done so far. What have we done so far? We've unwrapped this whole section here. Okay. All right. Now, if this was a box, we went and we unwrapped this. the sides. What's left to do? We need to do the top and we need to do the bottom. Okay, top and the bottom. So it's up to you to choose which one you do it on. I'm going to go choose to do my top and my bottom on these first ones over here. So there is my top. All right. Okay, there's my top. All right. Let's tell you here that my top is 5 centimeters by 2 centimeters. And that is side number 5. And then we need to have a bottom. Right, and this is going to be side number 6. Okay, let's give you a few minutes to catch up there, guys. Let's give you a few minutes to catch up. All right, so we have 6 rectangles there. We've done the net of them. We've done the measurements of all of them. There we go. All right, much neater, hey? All right, much neater. Yes, Umar, much better than the cube. Thank you. Much better than the cube. Okay, I'm going to give you 1 more minute, guys, to catch up there. 1 more minute. I see lots of people are writing. Well done, everybody. Well done. I'm seeing lots of hard work being done tonight. Some proper exam prep being done here. Well done, everyone. All right, let's carry on. Okay. So we went and drew the net of that shape and we saw how we had broken it up. We saw that the net has 6 sides. Okay, and we saw how we can draw those 6 different rectangles. So let's go see our next question now. So in our next question, it says, calculate the surface area of each of the following opened boxes. Each square on the grid is 1 centimeter squared. So remember we spoke about this. We did it when we did it in the first week when we were doing area. Okay, they're saying to us, go and calculate. And remember, we've already done 2.3, so you're not going to worry about 2.3. But for 2.1 and 2.2, I want you guys to go look at the surface area for those shapes. Okay, how are you going to calculate the surface area for those shapes? Well, each square on the grid is 1 centimeter squared, to give you a nice little hint there. Okay, I'm going to remind you again, I'm going to make it a bit bigger. Okay, and then I'm going to tell you here that each square is 1 centimeter squared. Okay, don't forget, all right, that for each rectangular prism, there are always 6 sides. All right, so hopefully that will help as well. So you're going to go do 2.1 for me, and you're going to do 2.2. We are going to give you 3 minutes to do, no, let's give you 4 minutes. Let's be fair. So 4 minutes to do 2.1 and 2.2 to go calculate the surface area of those two shapes. Okay. 3 minutes. 3 minutes, guys. All right, if it's your first time, what we're busy doing is we're busy calculating the surface area of 2.1 and 2.2. Each little square is 1 centimeter squared. We've got 2 more minutes, and then we're going to ask people, some volunteers, to help us. All right, and we're going to go through it together. Okay, so if it's your first time, welcome. You've joined in a really good lesson because we're doing surface area of rectangular prisms. We're doing 2.1 and 2.2. We're giving everybody for a chance to try it themselves, and then we're going to do it together. Everyone has 2 minutes left. All right. If you're just joining us now, don't stress, guys. You haven't missed out a lot on the lesson. We're busy doing surface area of rectangular prisms. Welcome if you're only joining us now. It's really great to see you. Remember on Monday night when I taught you, we were doing cubes, surface area of cubes, and tonight we're carrying on with that and we're doing rectangular prisms, guys. Okay, 1 more minute and then we're going to go and try it together. Or we're going to ask for some volunteers first. Okay, grade 7s, let's get going. So I see I have a hand up already. Okay, oh, and the hand went down. I had a hand and then it was gone. Who wants to help me with 2.1? Anyone who's brave enough to go out there and help me out? Awesome. Nope, and the hand's gone. I'm getting hands and then they're going. Okay, let's go with Kiamo. Right. Kimo, do you want to unmute yourself? Kiamo, can you unmute yourself and do you want to help me out? Hello? Kiamo? You are unmuted. Do you want to help me out with 2.1? I can kind of hear you. Can you hear me? Okay, I think maybe there might be something wrong with your sound. Can you hear me? Hello? All right, I think maybe there might be something wrong with your sound. Let's go with Buyasiwa. Buyasiwa. Buyasiwa? Hi, Buyasiwa. Oh, and Buyasiwa is gone. Okay. Let's go with Tandile. Hi, Tandile.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello. I thought I was talking to myself the whole lesson. How are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm good. You're my saving grace again tonight. Right. Itandile, 2.1. Talk to me. What did you do?
Okay, ma'am, I'm not so sure.
That's okay. It's okay to not be sure. Talk to me about what you thought you had to do.
So, ma'am, what I did, I'm not so sure, but then I got 20. I don't know how I got 20.
Okay, let's do it together. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So to calculate the surface area, the same as what we did on Monday, okay? To calculate the surface area, oh dear, I'm busy using the eraser. That's not going to help us, eh? All right. To calculate the surface area, we must go and we must calculate the area of each shape. So in this 2.1, how many rectangles do we have? How many did I say there are in that shape? There's 6.
You said there were 6. Yes, ma'am.
There's 6. Good. Okay, so here's number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. Okay, let's start with number 1. So for number 1, how many squares do we have? We have 1, 2, 3,
4.
4 squares, hey?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
it's going to be, I'm going to take the brackets away because we don't need to worry about the brackets. So it's going to be 4, hey? Plus. In the second one, how many squares do we have? 1,
6.
3, 4, 5, 6, hey?
And 6. Yes, ma'am.
Plus. In the fourth one, how many squares do we have?
We have 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Good. In the wait. In this one here, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3,
2, 3,
4, 5, 6.
5, 6. Yes, ma'am.
Good. In this one over here, how many squares do we have?
Which one, ma'am? Oh, we have 6.
We have 6. Good. Plus. And in this last one over here, how many do we have?
6.
1, 2. We have 6. Cool.
Ma'am, I found another answer. I got 36. 32.
You got 32. Let's go make sure. So 4 plus 6 is 10, 14, 20, 26, 32.
2.
Well done.
Yes.
32 centimeters squared. Well done, Itandile. Thank you. Does it make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Thanks, Itandile. Thank you for being brave and for trying it out. Awesome. All right, guys. So that is how we calculate it. Okay. So in 2.2, let's go have a look at what we've got. So we've got surface area equals. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we have 22 centimeters squared. 22 centimeters squared. Okay, so we needed to go calculate all the blocks. There were 6 rectangles altogether. We calculated all the blocks and we put down the answer. All right, guys, apologies for unmuting you all. I'm not sure what I clicked. I must have been clicking something strange on my screen when I was trying to get the screen to work. Apologies, Mr. Hugo. I think we have everything working again properly. All right.
Yes, sorry, I don't know what happened there.
I'm not sure, Mr. Hugo. It was definitely me, though. Okay, let's carry on going, everybody. So, number 3. Number 3 says to us, you are going to paint all the surfaces of a cupboard except the back. Okay, so this is a drawing of a cupboard that you want to paint, and it says you're going to paint all the surfaces of this cupboard except for the back of this cupboard. Okay, so we've got a cupboard that we want to paint, and we want to paint all the surfaces of this cupboard, okay, except for the back of the cupboard. Imagine this cupboard, it's sitting in your classroom, or maybe it's sitting in your bedroom, or it's sitting in the lounge, okay, and you want to paint that whole cupboard, except you don't want to waste paint. You don't want to paint the back of it, okay? Draw a diagram So now it doesn't have to be a net, guys. Doesn't have to be a net. Draw a diagram to show the surfaces that you would paint. So draw a diagram to show the surfaces that you would paint. There's no measurements. It just wants you to go and to draw a diagram. You've got 2 minutes. Go try that one. You've got 2 minutes. Go try that one. Okay, draw a diagram to show the surfaces that you would paint. You have 2 minutes. Go try. Okay, 2 minutes. All right, so you've got 1 minute left. 1 minute left. All right, let's have a look. So we want to paint all the surfaces except for the back. So in other words, I'm going to go draw it on the side here. Okay, I'm going to cheat a little bit and I'm going to do my rectangle again. You guys are going to use your ruler. Okay, so I definitely want to paint the front of the cupboard. Okay, so I'm going to draw mine on the side here for you. I definitely want to paint the front of the cupboard. All right, so there's my front of the cupboard. Oh dear, just trying to do it so I've got a bit of space here for you guys so you can also see my drawing. So there's my front of the cupboard. I'm going to go draw a little dashed line so you can see where the doors are. There's my doors. Okay, there's my front of the cupboard. There's my 2 doors. All right. Then I'd want to paint the side of the cupboard. So there's the one side. Okay. Oh. No. I want to paint the other side of the cupboard. So there is the other side. All right. I also want to paint the top of the cupboard. So there's the top of the cupboard. Okay. And don't forget, the one that everybody always forgets, I want to paint the bottom of the cupboard. Done. Okay, if I'm not going to paint the back of the cupboard, then that means how many sides should I be left with? Let's go count them. I should be left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. Because normally in a rectangular prism, there should be 6, but because I'm not painting the back, there is 5. All right. Well done. Nice. Well done, guys. Well done. Okay. All right. I want to move on. I want to go calculate the surface area of some actual prisms. So I want to move on from doing drawings, and I want to go calculate the surface area of some boxes. Okay. So it says, calculate the surface area of the following boxes. Remember to first draw a diagram of the net of each box. Okay, so I want to do the first one with you guys, and I'm going to show you 2 different ways that you can do this. Okay, so I'm going to teach you 2 different ways that you can do this. I'm going to teach you the way of doing it with a net, And I'm going to teach you a different way to do it where you don't have to do a net each time. All right. So let's go put this in here for you. This will be the first one that we're doing, and I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do it. Okay, if I'm drawing a net and the net is just for me to do a calculation, guys, then what I can do is I can just draw a rough diagram. Okay, so I'm going to do a rough drawing of the net. All right, I've got a length, I've got a breadth, and I've got a height. I'm going to make the length 15 centimeters. The breadth is 8 centimeters, and I'm going to say the height is 5 centimeters. All right. I'm drawing a rough drawing of my net. So 1, 2, 3, 4, a lid, and a lid. Okay. I know that I'm going to have my 15 centimeters is my longest one. All right, so 15 centimeters is definitely the longest side that I've got. All right, and then I've got 8 centimeters, 5 centimeters, 8 centimeters, and 5 centimeters, and 5 centimeters on the top. This is 8 centimeters, and this is 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters, 8 centimeters, and 5 centimeters. Okay, so no, Amar, I didn't use a ruler. Okay, I just did just a quick rough one very quickly. Okay, so now I go tell myself this is block number 1, block number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. And I can say that surface area equals 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. Okay, so to get the surface area, I need to add up the area of all 6 of those, guys. Okay. So for number 1, if I'm looking at number 1, to get the area of number 1, what have I got to say? I've got to say 5 times by 8 plus. If I'm looking at number 2, to get the area of number 2, what have I got to say? 5 times by 8. So it's exactly what we were doing before. We're adding up the area of each little figure. To get the area of number 3, I'm going to say 15 times by 8. All right, I'm running out of space up here, so I'm going to go redraw it down here for us, guys, so that we have much more space. So surface area equals 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, we said. So we said 5 times 8 plus 5 times 8 plus 8 times 15 plus 15 times 5 plus 8 times 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5 times 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides altogether. All right. 5 times by 8 is, what's 5 times 8? Tell me in the chat. 5 times 8, guys. 40, well done. So 5 times 8 is 40, plus 5 times 8 is 40, plus 8 times 15. What's 8 times 15, guys? What's 8 times 15? 120. Well done. 120 plus. What's 15 times 5? 15 times 5. I think there's only like 2 or 3 people doing the calculations. Well done. 75. Plus 8 times 15 again is 120. 5 times 15 is 75. What's left to do? Add them all up. So we go and we add them all up. And we get, few people are telling me, well, only 2 people so far. Who else? Who else has added them up? So 2 people so far. Well done, 3 people. Come on, more people add them up for me, please. Well done, that's much better. 470 centimeters squared. Well done, guys. Well done. Well done. Okay. Now, what's another way to do this? What's another way to do this that's a little bit easier and means you don't have to draw the net? So that's one way to do this. You draw the net, you saw how you can do it, you saw the picture way of doing it. What's a different way to do it so that it's a little bit quicker and a little bit easier? Let's go have a look. There's nothing wrong with doing it this way. It's beautiful. You get the right answer, but let's go see if there's a different way to do it. Okay. All right. I'm going to go do it on the side here, and I'm going to do it in a different color pen for you guys. I'm going to do it in purple. So we're going to say surface area equals. Okay. We can already see we've got length, breadth, and height. Okay. So we can already see we've got length, breadth, and height. So to get the surface area, we're going to say the following. We're going to say 2 times by length times breadth plus 2 times by length times height plus 2 times by breadth times height. So you're going to write your formula out. First, you're going to write length, breadth, and height, and you're going to write those out exactly like I've done. Then you're going to say surface area equals 2 brackets length times breadth plus 2 brackets length times height plus 2 brackets breadth times height. Okay, let's go have a look. So 2 open brackets, my length is 15 times my breadth is 8 plus 2 brackets, my length is 15, my height is 5 plus 2 brackets, my breadth is 8, my height is 5. Okay. Equals 2 open brackets. 15 times by 8 was 120 plus 15 times by 5 was 75. 8 times by 5 was 14. 2 times by 120 is 240. 2 times by 75 is 150. 2 times by 40 is 80. And when you go and you add all of those up, you get 470 centimeters squared. Okay. I don't really like drawing nets, so I like doing it this way. But if you like drawing the nets and you like to see it in a picture, then drawing it in a picture is absolutely fine. Okay, doing it in the picture way is fine. Doing it in the formula way is also fine. Either way you want to do it is perfectly fine, guys. Okay, all right. Let's go do some more practice. All right, let's go grab the other two quickly so that you can see. Let's go do more practice because the best way to do this is to do more practice. So we've got two more here to do. Okay, we're going to do them together. We've got 5.2 and 5.3. I'm going to take them to a new page for you. All right. So that we've got plenty space to do them on. Okay, let's go have a look at 5.2 and 5.3. So I'm going to start with 5.2. Like I said to you, I like doing it the formula way. You don't have to do it the formula way. You can go and you can do it the way where you go and you draw the net. So I'm going to tell myself for 5.2, 5.2, I've got a length of 37 centimeters. I've got a breadth of 28 centimeters. And I've got a height of 4 centimeters. So surface area equals 2 length times breadth plus 2 breadth times height plus 2 length times height. All right. Go and put our figures in there. So 2, 37 times by 28 plus 2, 28 times by 4 plus 2, 37 times by 4. Equals. Go do the sum for me. All right, I see somebody's asking me, ma'am, will we learn functions and relationships? So we've already done that topic this term. If you go back and you look at our videos on YouTube or Watobe's website, you will find the videos that we did for those topics on functions and relationships. That was Noah that asked me that question. So Noah, please go back, go have a look at Watobe's website or go have a look at our YouTube channel and you will find them there. All right, let's go have a look. So 37 times 28, and I'm going to help us out here, times by 2 gives me 2072 plus 224 plus 296. When I add those all together, (2,592 centimeters squared). Okay. All right, guys. And the last one, I'm going to help you and give you the formula. So let's go have a look at 5.3. So 5.3, length equals breadth equals height equals 44, 25, and 20. 44, 25, and 20, and they are in millimeters here. Millimeters, millimeters, millimeters. All right. What are we going to have? We're going to have surface area equals 2, open brackets, length times breadth plus 2 breadth times height plus 2 length times height. 2 44 times 25 plus 2. 25 times 20 plus 2. 44 times 20. All right. Who is going to give us the answer for that? Who's giving us the answer? Okay, who is giving us the answer, guys? Go work it out. Who's giving us the answers for this last one? I'm going to help you out a little bit because we are quite right. Somebody's just said to me, ma'am, we're running out of time. Our lesson goes so fast. Times 44 times 20, 760, and we add them all together. 4960 millimeters squared. Okay, so I have a few people who are asking me, ma'am, can you go back because we want to get some screenshots? So I am more than happy to do that. I've also got a few people who've got a few questions, so I'm more than happy to stay on and to answer some questions. I'm going to be doing that as well. Guys, if you don't have any questions though, and you're happy to go and you're happy to go do the quiz, Mr. Hugo is going to put the quiz link for you in the chat, I'm hoping. Okay, I want you to go. I want you to go try the quiz for tonight. You've got this. You've got the formula. Make sure you're using the formula and putting the formula in. Well done, everybody. Remember, next week when you come back, we're going to be moving on and we're going to be doing volume. Okay, if you're looking for lessons on area and perimeter, I know somebody was asking earlier on, please go back and check the previous lessons, which is the videos which you'll find on YouTube, and you'll find them on Watobe's website, and there you can find all our previous lessons for the topics that you may have missed. So thank you so much for those people who are done and who want to go and do the quiz. Off you go. Those of you who still have questions or want to take screenshots, you're more than welcome to stay. Thank you, guys. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to go back so that people can take screenshots of this question. And I'm going to start with Asonge and see what your question is. Hi, Asonge.
Hi, ma'am. Sorry, I didn't have a question. It was a mistake, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. Thanks, Asonge. All right, guys, I think the best thing for us to do is I'm going to lower everybody's hands. And if you still have a question, you can raise your hand now would be the best thing to do. So if you have a question, make sure you're raising your hand. Okay, so let's go with Kwame. Hi, Kwame. Hi, what's your question? Oh, Kwame, I'm really sorry, but your sound is cutting up a little bit. Do you want to maybe put your question in the chat, and then we can maybe read your question there? It's just cutting up. I think maybe there might be something wrong with your sound. Sorry, Kwame. All right, let's go, Lungawa. Hi, Lungawa.
Hi, ma'am.
What's up?
Ma'am, I was late for the lesson because I was still at off the game. So I was wondering if I missed out any work.
Nope, you didn't miss out on anything. All that we started with the lesson was we took that question that you took a screenshot of and we did the a net of it. That's all you did. That's all you missed out on.
Okay,
drew a net. Okay, but go and watch the video anyway just so that you can get that beginning part.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you,
All
ma'am.
right, thanks, Lungawa. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, I'm just going to move the page. So if there's anyone who wants to take screenshots here, they can. All right. Mapule?
Hey, ma'am.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good, thanks. Well, how can I help? What's your question?
Ma'am, my teacher as he showed us to his formula is area equals half breadth times height, like
So if that's for a that's for a triangle. So if you've got a triangle, I'll show you now. So if you have a triangle, okay, and it's a
yes, ma'am.
that triangle, then your
Yes, ma'am.
area is going to be half the base times by the perpendicular height, hey?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's if you've got a triangle.
Okay, and then if I have the squares,
If you've got a square, the area of a square is equal to the side squared, or
okay,
side times side. But this, we actually did this in the lesson. I think it was last week, Mr. Hugo did it. So you'll be able to go back and you'll be able to watch a video on this.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any
Thank
other
you.
questions? You're welcome,
No,
no
ma'am.
problem.